These are the reasons why I couldn't start my channel earlier. Hi, my name is Gia, and normally I talk about beauty on this channel, specifically about my small skincare and makeup collection. But today I want to talk about something different, about my YouTube channel itself. If you look up my About page on my channel page, you can see I actually joined YouTube in June 2016. But I started to upload beginning of this year. So it took 3.5 years until I could start finally. Going back to 2016, end of April, I had a concert, which was quite important for me. So I wanted to look good in that concert. And one thing I really wanted to do was curling my hair. So about 2 months ahead, I began to search on YouTube how to curl my hair. So I watched some tutorials and bought a curling wand and tried it. And it worked quite nicely. But then I realized I actually don't have much hair to curl. So then I began to search for the videos how to grow out your hair or how to keep them healthy. And along with that, I also watched some makeup or skincare and also about nails, because those are the things which I always like to care about, but didn't have anyone to talk about in real life, as I mentioned in my very first video. So about that time, I began to have a wish to start my own channel. I just wanted to share my experiences after I tried many tips from other YouTubers. So it was June 2016 when I actually set up this channel. So here I will tell you 5 reasons that held me back from starting my channel. And you can judge if it was reasonable or not. So the first reason was that I didn't have proper camera. At that time, I had one point and shoot camera for pictures and one camcorder for making videos, because I recorded all of my dance performances or also concerts. So I used it a lot. But when I wanted to start a channel and watched other people's video about what you need to start a channel, they all had DSLR. So I was a little bit lost. And finally, in year 2018, I bought this camera, which I'm filming now. I explained about that in my nail polish story video, because I bought it actually to film my nail swatch videos. So of course I was considering to use it later also for my YouTube channel. But when I look back, I could have just used my camcorder. Maybe the quality would have been not as good as this one, but it would have been still okay. And especially nowadays, the phones are so good quality. So if you are considering starting a channel, I think using your phone is absolutely sufficient in the beginning. And the second reason was that I didn't have decent background to film, because I was planning to use natural lighting, which I'm still using. At that time, I lived in one flat, and the only place where I'm getting enough light was the living room. And that living room had built-in furniture, built-in cabinet on the wall. So wherever I sit, that cabinet was the background. And I didn't like that cabinet at all. So I didn't know where to film. And I was anyway planning to move out from that flat. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I will start after I moved. And actually, I moved last year to this house, which I'm very happy about. But actually, when I think now, background doesn't really matter. If it's really bothering, you can also set up a backdrop. Or you can just add some kind of decoration which you like. But at that time I was thinking it's not possible with that background. And the third reason which held me back was my appearance. I was somehow doubting if I'm pretty enough to run a YouTube channel. Please don't get me wrong. Actually, I'm very confident about myself. But sitting in front of a camera and talking to the whole world is something totally intimidating. But on one point, I thought about those people whom I like to follow and watch. I don't follow them because of their appearance. It's more because of how they talk. In other words, because of their personality. That is leading me to my next point. My fourth reason was my English. If I want to deliver my personality over the camera to my viewers, I should be able to speak certain level of language, in this case, English. I'm from Korea and I live in Austria. So Korean is my mother tongue and German is my daily language. So I was not sure if my English is good enough to run a channel. But actually I lived in England for a certain time. I went to a language school there and I also studied there. I've done a master. So I do have some experience with English, but still I was not sure if I can really speak in front of camera. And actually I do make lots of mistakes, wrong pronunciation or wrong grammar. But I also follow other YouTubers who are not native speakers. I think as long as it's understandable, it's okay. And I actually add always subtitles on all my videos, English subtitles. In case something is not understandable, then you can turn on the caption. Then at least you can read what I meant. Or for those of you whose first language is also not English, then it might also help to turn on subtitles to understand me better. And lastly, the reason I couldn't start right away was that I didn't have enough time. That one was actually a reasonable reason because having a YouTube channel really takes time. Actually, it takes more time than I imagined before I started. I really didn't know how much time and effort it requires to make just 15-minute long video. So especially in the beginning, I was struggling a lot. I cared less about my health because I often don't have time to do workout, or I also go to bed too late because I have to edit my video and sleep too less. So time management is very important when you have a YouTube channel, especially when you don't do YouTube as a full-time, which is the case for every beginner. So I try to get less stressed. I was aiming to upload weekly, but I couldn't keep that schedule because I think quality is more important than quantity. And if I'm not able to achieve certain level of quality during a short time, then I don't rush. I just finish editing until I'm happy about, then I upload. So sometimes it's becoming 10 days or almost 2 weeks. But I think you should be able to live your normal life as well, even if you have a YouTube channel. So I hope you don't mind if I don't upload that often. So that was it. That was those 5 reasons. The reason I wanted to share this with you guys was in the hope that those reasons wouldn't hold you guys back from starting your channel. If you are really committed to do it and passionate about it, then you will find a way. I'm actually very happy that I started this channel finally and met all you guys through this channel. So I really want to say thank you to all of you who are watching my videos. I really appreciate it. So that was it then. I wish you guys all the good luck and I will see you in my next video. Bye!